they were saying the North was going to win on the vote every time. So this is what produced the Civil War. And so the U.S. dollar goes into circulation in 1861 at the same time the Civil War starts, which is kind of ironic to me. But this is what I want you to know is that this is when the first Revenue Act was actually passed by Congress. The first Revenue Act was passed in 1861. It was a 2% tax on any money that was made over $4,000. Why? To help pay for the war. Okay? So Congress are already still thinking in the right mindset. We ain't thinking about taxing the people on the income. We're just going to put a tax in place because we need to help pay for the war. Okay, cool. If you're going to do that, then you need a governing body to be able to actually account for that money that's being taken for that tax, correct? So this is why in 1862, the internal, these are the three words everybody's running from, huh? The Internal Revenue Service was created. Now, I want you to understand and know the intention and the initial reason why it was created. If you're going to take a tax for $4,000 or more, you got to have an accounting. So the Internal Revenue Service was created to keep the accounting of the money collected for the war. Now, internal means that I'm going to account for what's inside the government, correct? If they wanted to account for what's in the public, I think they would have named it the External Revenue Service. But clearly, the IRS was set up to account for government spending. Let's be real about it, okay? That's what it was created for, all right? So in 1865, Civil War ends. 13th Amendment is passed. They get rid of slavery. 1866, the 14th Amendment is passed. Here's how they come into it, okay? And now, basically, they're saying now that slavery's gone, every natural-born person is they called a citizen, okay? So this is where citizenship comes in. But I'm going to show you that citizenship is another word for corporation here in a minute, okay? And the 15th Amendment was passed. And this here it is, gave every citizen, every corporation, the right to vote. Okay? All right? Y'all see that? Okay? So this is how you came into paying these taxes because the Congress is now setting it up. All right? Now, the Revenue Act was done away with. And please, if you have just came in line, please mute your line. If you just came on, okay? So in 1871, the Revenue Act was done away with because we had just recovered from the war. So Congress is still thinking in the actual mindset of basically there's no income tax. They did away with the revenue tax, okay, or the Revenue Act. But in 1871, this is when things kind of got ridiculous. You can go look it up for yourself. It's called the Act of 1871. This is when things got actually twisted, all right? What really happened is that the original Constitution for the United States of America was replaced with the Constitution of the United States of America. Now, the first thing they taught me in my master's degree program was anything that's in capital letters represents corporation. So go look at your driver's license. Go look at your social security card. Go look at your passport. Go look at every piece of mail and bill that they send you. They send it to the corporation of you. Okay? So this is how they're taxing you. By the corporation, not by you, the blood human you. Okay? So this is how things got twisted and changed. So Congress secretly met to create the corporation known as the United States Corporation. It's a separate form of government. And what they did was to do this to form the District of Columbia. Sound familiar, y'all? And everybody just has accepted this, that they're not a state. No big deal. Got their own jurisdiction. Like, it's just no big deal. Like, la, la, la. Okay, whatever. But This was the biggest treasonous act that was done unlawfully that allowed the District of Columbia to operate outside of the original Constitution, y'all. This is what's happening. They're operating outside the original Constitution, right? Which is a total disrespect to the American citizens because now it's another constitution that allows them to bring in taxation. So what Congress did in the Act of 1871 was to create a entire new document, the Constitution for the Government of the District of Columbia, an incorporated government. And guess it was under what control? I can't make this up. Rome and England. Can you imagine? Now, let's go to the Vatican real quick. Right? Again, what is up with all these different areas having their own jurisdiction? Okay? So there's only 3 places on the planet that operate inside of countries, but then they have their own jurisdiction in the country.
The Vatican.
This is crazy, right? In Rome, the Vatican has its own jurisdiction. That means it has its own set of laws. I mean, the government of Rome cannot hold the Vatican to any type of authority. Same thing with Washington, D.C., y'all. Same thing with the City of London Corporation.
The London Lords of London.
So these 3 things make up the powers, the 3 powers, the 3-headed monster. Please mute your line.
Military, church.
And these 3 things, the City of London Corporation is the economic power. The Vatican is the religious power. And the United States of America is being used as the military power.
Yeah.
To protect who?
To protect
the Queen.
The Queen.
And the Pope. All right? So this is what's happening to our country. This is what happened in 1971 that changed everything. So now, what's going to see is that you're going to see some remnants of common law still bounce back. So in 1894, the Congress got so comfortable now that they made you a citizen. Now they say that you can vote. Now everybody wants to vote. So now that you can vote, now you can make taxes. Because I'm about to show you that they're about to create the 16th Amendment that allows them to tax you. So here it is, 1894. They tried to adopt the first income tax. This is in Congress. Okay? They adopted it. They signed it. But guess what happened? It get to the Supreme Court, and they declared it unconstitutional, y'all. So this is why our government is divided. Okay, you're going to see that part of our government actually operates totally under common law, and the other parts of our government operate under civil law. Okay,